don't you find that after someone confess to you and become very honest and have a heart-to-heart talk with you, you tend to open up to the person more? So that is probably part of their
Mm,
plan as well. So by you just sacrificing a later step, by
mm,
being open to you, letting you into their deep, dark secrets, you will actually, as an empath, will think that, yeah, actually, this person is not that bad after all. So even though um he or she started the rumors about me, but I guess yeah, he or she has his reasons, his or her reasons. So that's
yeah,
where it continues, you know. So then your defenses, instead of building your defenses, you're just letting them in, and then you're just releasing more, more and more and more boundaries
yeah,
that you have, that you are allowing them free entry.
yeah. Welcome to So Like. I like, you like.
So light. Hello everybody. This is your host Noel and
Kelyn here. Hello.
hello.
And happy National Day to all who are staying in Singapore and
Yes.
celebrating our National Day with us.
Yes. And you can
And
see the color coordination.
of course,
Yes.
yes, because we are Singaporean.
We are
We are
purely and truly Singaporeans.
Singapore. Okay. I think you all are sick and tired of the songs already. So we shall not sing. We'll
We
sing
shall
other
stand
songs.
united to go through the podcast. And you hear the soul lighters roar.
So this is our weekly podcast where we share our reflections on cultivating a mindful and meaningful way to connect with others and ourselves. And
Yes.
today we're going to talk about, as mentioned in the previous episode, Dark Empath. Just a disclaimer, got nothing to do with our National Day. There's no connection or anything.
Yes, it just so
so
happened it falls on the week of the National Day week. Yes.
yeah, so we
Mm.
were just thinking of wearing the red and white to
Mm?
represent our flag.
Yes.
And yeah, so today we're gonna talk about who are dark empath, what are
Mm.
the telltale signs of
Mm.
a dark empath. If you ever meet one, they are not that common, but they're also not rare.
Yes. Yeah.
So in a sense, you might have met them unknowingly
Mm, mm, mm.
until now. Until we tell you
Until you
the
see the
list of
true
things.
colors. Yes. Yeah.
We see the true
True colors.
shining.
Darking true.
Okay,
Okay.
so just
So,
a small
yes.
recap. Our last episode we did talk about a bit of empaths.
Mm.
So empaths are people who are highly sensitive. You can be a highly sensitive person with the empathic um sensitivity, but you
Mm.
can also be a highly sensitive person without the empathic uh
Ah,
sensitivity. So dark
okay.
empath is like one empath or dark empath is like one level
Mm.
above high sensitive people, right?
Oh,
So they
okay.
have the
Mm.
extra skills, I would say, to be able to sense
Mm-hmm.
the feelings, embody the feelings of another
Mm-hmm.
person, or like me, absorb
Yes.
all the different energies from people around me
Yes.
unknowingly until
Yes.
I, clamp down the doors and shut
Mm-hmm.
myself out. Right. So
Yes.
you for dark empaths, like the word mentions, is actually the not so nice side of an empath.
I would say the opposite. The foundation of it is still the same, right? It's just
Yeah.
the where they're coming from is from a
Mm,
different end of the spectrum.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm trying to find ways to explain it in a more layman term. So empaths are like angels, white color.
Mm.
Dark
Yes.
empaths are like the devils, black
In
color.
darkness.
Yeah, in darkness. So, um, Dark Empaths comes from the tree, the dark triad, the dark triad. So triad is tree, yeah. So
Yes.
pardon my language today. So from the dark triad,
Yeah.
dark triad has that three different distinct characteristics. One
Mm.
is narcissistic,
Mm.
which we have mentioned before in our previous episode as well about
Yes.
narcissism.
Yes.
And the second one is
Second one
Machiavellianism.
is okay. I have standby. I have to I have a quick confession. I've been having difficulties pronouncing this word. So let's let the internet help me and help Kelyn.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
Machiavellianism.
Yes, thank you, internet.
yes. Okay. So the second type is that whatever Mr. Dictionary have just mentioned, and the third one is psychopathic.
Psychopathy.
Yeah,
Yes,
psychopathy.
correct.
Yes. So,
Yes.
that empath comes from either one of these three, and they tend to have more of the Machiavellianism in them
Mm.
because they use that as a way to get what they want.
Mm.
So empaths, like on the other
Yes.
end, true empaths, the angels,
Yes.
right? They use their empathic skills to help
Mm.
others, uh be like a counselor kind of thing, like to let people like console people and to
Mm.
get them onto a better state.
Okay.
But from where they are now, be it they're
Okay.
happy, they get more happy, or they're sad, they get happier, you know.
Mm.
But for
Mm.
that
Mm.
empath, they will use whatever they have sensed from you
Mm.
to their own advantage. So they will
Mm.
use that in a way to either blackmail you or, indirectly manipulate you to do what they want you to do.
Yes. So you see the difference between empath and dark empath would be empath is to help you get what you want.
Ah,
Whereas dark
yeah,
empath is to help you to get what I want. So
I want.
actually, they're not
Yes,
really helping you. They're actually helping themselves. But they trying to come across as someone who is
helpful.
helpful, is very understanding in your situation, is
Mm.
interested and invested in whatever that you are feeling. But the bottom line is they only understand you. So the difference is that for dark empath is that they understand what you're going through. They don't feel what you're going through. I think the keywords are here, the understanding versus the feeling. So from there, that is why they are in they're in such a high position in order to know how to tweak your mind. They know what buttons to press, and they can even strategize how to make use of you in their whole plot of manipulation, right? In that whole entire plan. And on top of that, other than manipulating, what is the other things that they are looking for? You want to make a wild guess?
To make others don't like you.
To make themselves of a higher profile,
Oh,
boost
yeah.
themselves. Yeah. So
Ah,
even though they are I would like to say that even though they tend to lack of certain social rewards, right?
mm,
But actually deep inside them, they want to be recognized. They want to have all the limelight on them. They want to have the spotlight on them. Just needed to kill
yeah,
Destiny's Child's
yeah, yeah, I
spotlight.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so because it adds to it. So the just now Colleen was sharing the being a narcissist, right? So
Mm,
it's the same thing. So basically they feed on egos,
mm,
and by feeding their egos, in order to feed their ego, sorry, in order to feed their ego, what do they have to do? Need to gain attention. They need
yes.
to raise awareness towards themselves, to let people watch them, know them, see them, feel them, understand them, basically make themselves in the biggest stage in the world, like maybe some World Cup competition or something.
I know, right? So that
Yes.
there's that what was that word? Grandiosity, right? They
Yes.
tend to have that sort of want to be of a higher level of some sort of worshipped kind of
Mm.
position, like, you know, like everybody like see what I'm doing, like I sacrifice so much for everyone.
Correct.
Yeah, but it's actually for their own, yeah, you
For
know,
their own
their
sake,
own,
yes, and their
yeah,
own
for their,
interests. Correct.
yes, right. So they very easily will just make use of people and throw them away. That's one of the tendencies. So
Correct.
another way that I can think of is that they will make use of your weak points, right, to use it against you. And it might not be a directly use it against you. It might be you know, I go and spread rumor about certain things of you,
Correct.
but it doesn't come from me, you know, it doesn't come from me. It's from somebody else that I heard this bad
And
thing about you.
and on, I guess what I can add on to your point, to this scenario that you're painting, is that I guess one is that they will turn around and tell the victim that it wasn't me who started the gossip, actually it was so and so, in order to sow discord between you and that so and so.
Yes, I
Right.
know.
Correct.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's also, sometimes I think in some situations they will probably admit that it was them who actually spread the rumors. But that is where they want to hold you closely to them and say that actually what I did was of because I need you. But then I don't want to how to say, it means I need you in that sense. And then that's where, because of empath, in a way, I don't know, is it fortunate or unfortunately, you need to feel needed, right? So that's where
Yeah.
they make use of you. I need you, and then, oh, you need me. Then that's where the
Yeah.
dark and the
They
light
click
empath,
onto you
correct.
like that.
So even though they confess to you that, yeah, actually I was the one who spread the rumors, but it's because I need you, and then that's where you will come to me, and then you will confide with me. So that's where you will continue to build that wall. So you see how scary it is and how toxic it is, that even though they are honest to a certain extent, but actually they are using it as part of the plan and their plot.
It's all part of the
It's
grand
like
plan.
yes,
Yeah.
literally the
For the
plot twist.
greater good.
Yes. So because after, don't you find that after someone confess to you and become very honest and have a heart-to-heart talk with you, you tend to open up to the person more. So that is probably part of their
Mm.
plan as well. So by you just sacrificing a later step, by
Mm.
being open to you, letting you into their deep dark secrets, you will actually, as an empath, will think that, yeah, actually this person is not that bad after all. So even though um he or she started the rumors about me, but I guess, yeah, he or she has his reasons, his or her reasons. So that's
Yeah.
where it continues. So then your defenses, instead of building your defenses, you're just letting them in, and then you're just releasing more and more boundaries
Yeah.
that you have, that you are allowing them free entry.
Yeah. So I mean that's one scenario, and while you were saying, I was thinking of another scenario, which is they tell you that, you know, they did that, and
Mm,
then they turn around and say, yeah, because I really cherish you as a friend. That's why I want to
mm,
tell you the truth.
mm.
But I know you won't listen to me, so I tell it through other people's mouth. So then you will
Yes.
believe it's real, and then you will come and talk to me, and then I can finally tell you what's wrong. And I'm doing all this all because of you, but this is all,
Mm.
like, you know,
Playing
the first
victim.
sentence, yeah, the
Yes.
play victim, like, you know, I really, then they start, you know, the drama and everything, like the narcissism and stuff like that.
Mm.
And then
Correct.
this could actually lead to gaslighting, and gaslighting is one of the top trademark of a dark empath, because they know
Yes.
what triggers you emotionally and
Yes.
psychologically. They use that as a way to gaslight you into thinking that you are a bad person, into thinking that you're not good enough, into thinking that nobody else wants you. And
So
then
no choice, you have to rely on them.
yes, so they chain you forever in their cell,
Yes.
and you have nowhere to run. And then, they will start feeding you things like the other people cannot be trusted. You see, they are spreading bad rumors about you, but actually they are the one who started it.
Yes.
And then they
And
instigate
also,
all
you
this.
see, everybody are turning their back against you, except me. I'm still with you.
Yeah,
Despite it all, I'm still with you. You see, that's how they try to
yeah,
paint the picture that they are so empathetic. They are so good towards you. They are so helpful. They're so
yeah. So
understanding.
devil
Yes.
is really the best way to depict a dark empath. But I mean, they are also humans, and
Mm.
not the end of the world if you
Mm.
realize
Mm.
your friend or you yourself do if you resonate with the the all these characteristics of a dark
Mm.
empath. It's not the
Mm.
end of the world. There's ways to turn around the situation,
Mm.
and that is to actually think about what do you gain from getting people to do what you want.
Mm.
Is it a protection that
Mm-hmm.
you didn't have
Yes.
previously, like before you started doing all this?
Correct.
Is it a form of way to show that you are capable, you are
Mm.
enough?
Mm.
So then you go through the part where we talk about how to be enough, how to feel self-love and all that.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So these are a few things you can ask yourself. What do you gain from manipulating others to do what you
Mm.
want? So what are you asking them to do basically? Do you
Mm.
want them to worship you, or do you want them to like only have you as one friend? Or do you
Mm.
want them to like say that you are very capable and you are successful? Sometimes along the timeline of our childhood all the way to adulthood, there might be some people who have did something wrong to you, or who have inbuilt some belief systems
Mm.
that
Mm.
society is cruel, people are not trustworthy,
Mm.
you have to protect yourself at all costs. So all these things all add up into
Mm.
your main characteristics and personality,
Yes.
and therefore you tend to grow that skill set of, oh, okay, I must do this so that I can protect myself, I must do this so that I can get attention,
Mm.
I must do this so I can manipulate others, etc.,
Mm.
etc. So it's not the
Yes.
end of the world if you realize that your friend or you yourself or your relative your family member has this style of tendency. um Actually, a good therapist or a good counselor who has knowledge in the narcissism and all the other three triad, the
Mm.
dark triad, right?
Yes.
They
Yes.
could be a very good resource to help you to get out of it, because they will help you to dig up what is needed to resolve
Mm.
uh
Correct.
this need to continue this path
Mm.
of the
Correct.
dark path. Yeah, so that
Did
you
you
can
just
go to
rap?
the I have to. So I wanted to continue so that you can continue the path towards the light. Like so light.
So light. Yay! I guess because for dark empaths, their ultimate motive is that they just need to use others as their pawn, as their warriors, as their general, instead of using
Mm,
themselves to seek for
yeah.
things that they want. Correct. That's the ultimatum of their basis.
Ultimatum.
Yes, correct. Because why? They're constantly feeling superior.
Yeah.
They're constantly feeling that they're much better than others. So they do not need to lift a finger. Why do I need to lift a finger when I can get others to do it? So they have that some sort of confidence, that kind of uh like they in our because National Day we can use our Singlish, right? Confirm plus chop I know this person well and I can use this person to get what I want. confirm plus chop. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the Singlish way. So let's
It's some
put it in
sort
a
of a
professional way.
guarantee.
Yes, yes. The professional way
Some
is
sort
like
of
a guarantee
guarantee. Yeah.
that because a dark empath is able to understand your situation, whatever, as what Kelyn was sharing, what are your trigger points, what can they do to talk you into it, how to talk you into it, and how to show you what you want to see in order to gain your trust. I think that is another
Yeah.
important
That's
point
the
that dark
very
empath, yes, that they want
yeah.
to portray themselves as that kind of person that I will show you. If you like to see this, then I'll show you this. But actually, deep
Yes.
inside, I'm manifesting other things that are towards my values and my gains and to my advantage instead of yours. I'm just using you as a stepping stone to put me on the pedestal. Yes. So that is why they are always in the sense of being, again, I have to use Singapore terms, very 好脸, very proud of themselves.
Yeah, but usually they don't
Yes.
show it. Like they
Yes,
don't outwardly show
that
it.
is my next point that I want to go to,
Yeah.
that I
Yeah.
think is interesting for us to share. So like actually I have met dark empaths people in my life before. So when we talk about, when Kelly and I, we were talking about what are the list of topics that we can share, right? So when we were talking about, oh, maybe we can talk about dark empath. So there were a few names that came to my mind. Of course, I'm not going to say names, but I can just use my experience as example. So
Yeah, yeah.
actually,
Do
that
share.
now that we are talking about it in depth, and of course the both of us have done our research about this dark empath, I actually find it contradicting that despite them being so confident and so, they have this like, definitely, it's so certain that things are this way, people are like this, and they know their target, they know who to target, they know what are the weakness. Despite it all, right, they are actually very timid and very quiet. I don't know whether you realize they are actually very, very quiet. They always keep to themselves. They tend to, I mean, for me, like, what I observe in my walk of life, that I encounter people who might be dark empaths, that they tend to have this sense of hidden, like they are just very how do I put it? Just very
Secretive.
secretive in a way. Yeah, like
Yeah.
they just don't want to show their true self, so they tend to be very quiet, and they don't talk much. And even if they talk much, it's only towards their target, because that is the target. They will
I
only
know,
get
right?
closer to the target and
Yeah.
seemingly open, uh willing to share all out heart to heart conversations with this target. Yeah. But whereas to people they're not interested in using or may not be of value, they are like quiet as a mouse. That's what I noticed. They don't even bother. It's like the moment they enter a room, they already know, okay, bomb, 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 these are my targets. The rest,
Hmm.
okay, I can't be bothered.
Yeah, I
It's as though
know.
they have this sense of,
Yeah.
like, really that confident, really that
Yeah.
determined. Yeah,
Yeah.
the determination and the confidence level. Whoa,
I tell you, it comes without surprise to me that
why? Okay.
Dark Empath is very, very highly intelligent,
Mm, true,
right? And
true.
especially very high in EQ, right?
Mm,
So like when you were saying like they come into a room and then they right?
mm,
It's like they already see the overview of the room. Like
yes.
they're already scanning like lock on target, lock on target, lock
Mm,
on target, you know? So to
yes.
them, right, because they are so used to this way, it's almost unconscious that they'll be like, oh, that one is easy to manipulate. This one easy to cheat.
Mm,
That one always so genuine and gullible.
mm,
So these are the few people that appears to them,
mm,
appeals to them.
yes.
So people who are innocent, gullible, usually on the timid side, like, not really standing up to speak for themselves. Usually they don't, right? Or, even when they are being told a lie or whatever, they will just accept it as it is, Yeah. So
Yes.
even though they know it's a lie, they will accept it. Like, these are the few type of people that is their easiest target. But to get to what they want to do, sometimes they might have to handle people who might have some resistance and stuff like that, but they have no doubt they can break through that
Yes.
resistance. They have
Correct.
no doubt because they
Yes.
know that they are capable of doing such things, because
they
know that they themselves have the ability to sense, source, find ways to tap into your boundary,
Yes.
and then to let you put down your walls,
Yes.
and then they will infiltrate your whole camp. You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. So like, they do it on an ambush kind of way, like very strategic, but at the same time they also come through the front door because you
Yes.
open the door for them,
Correct.
right?
They didn't even need to knock the door, basically.
Yeah, they didn't really need to knock the door. They're like, oh, hi brother, hi sister, and then you just let them in,
Yes.
right? So like, I think it comes to a very good point where I can share my experience where I met a dark empath. It was, as an empath, it's a very painful experience for me because I was aware. But if you are an empath and you are not aware of dark empath, that's where you need to be a bit more careful. Right?
Yes.
Because that's why we are sharing this knowledge now, because I do feel that like a lot of our listeners to have that sensitivity in themselves. Of course, we we are also like giving your like tips and tricks on how to grow yourself and stuff like that.
Yes.
So tendency are you are already on the light path,
Yes.
the
So
right path
light.
to be a soul lighter, right? So you are
Yes.
the light path. Yeah. So I find, to me it's painful because I constantly think about the people that this dark empath will affect. And I'm constantly worrying for the empaths that will be attracted to this dark empath, because the dark empath I met, he's a guy. He has that charisma, he has that, he's not really like timid like a mouse like the one you experienced. He's quite vocal, he's quite out there, like he's not shy at all.
Okay.
And he admits that he is a dark empath.
So he's aware that he is.
He's so
Wow.
confident that it doesn't matter.
Because he feels, basically, they feel superior.
Yeah.
Yeah. To them
And
is, I'm of a different and a way higher level
I'm
than
a
you are.
higher level. Yeah. So like,
Yes.
yeah. So this higher level of intelligence is really, making his head very big.
And the ego boost, it's
Yeah,
the
the
ego
ego
boost.
boost. Yeah. So to them, like, I mean, those who don't boost that they are dying, but maybe indirectly also they are not aware of this term or some sort of. So the one that I met, why I'm so worried, because he is really using all the emotional triggers, psychological triggers. He knows everyone's fear, vulnerable spots, and triggering point. And then he make use of them to make you take action.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in a very grand like spectrum way, like it's not just 1 to 1, it's not just 1 to 5, it's 1 to
Okay.
500.
Okay.
Right? Yeah, like through social media, like like how our digital age is, like a lot of
Okay.
influencers, the moment they say one thing, everybody believe.
Okay.
Some sort of that way, but he's not an influencer, but it's some sort in that way.
Okay. That kind of analogy, yes.
Yeah, it really hurts me that to see like the amount of victims that will fall prey to his, strategies,
yes,
schemes, and
yes.
it's very, very painful for me because I'm aware that he's doing it purposely, and he's doing it for his own purpose, of course, right? Right. Like, that goes without saying. He's doing it for his own sake. His own purpose is to build his own ego up again and again and again, and it's just a mounting, And I just want to share a little bit about what we've read when a dark empath meets a true empath, which is a light
Okay.
empath.
Yes.
Is that if the empath doesn't know, right, then they will be drawn to the dark empath.
Yeah, because of course if you're not aware, then that's where you will allow them to step into your boundaries.
Yeah. And the thing is, because the dark empath, they most likely know what they are doing, right? The empath will be like, oh, I finally found someone who is an empath like me. Like, I finally found
Yes.
someone who understands me. Like,
Yes.
why am I the only one who feel this way? But now I found another person who feel this way, but they didn't know that this guy is just like, this guy or this girl is just like at the back, like, like, the kind of like scheming,
Mwahahaha.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, the evil laugh, right? So like, so the empath, the light empath, will be like a moth to a light, like they'll just fly and they will just try to stick to this dark empath, and of course the dark empath welcome with open arms,
That's
because
where the plan kickstarts.
yeah, I know, right? Like, that's all they need. They just need one person to do all their, dirty things and whatever bidding they want you to do, right?
Yes.
And then the next part, if let's say the empath understands about that empath, or maybe they think that you are like an empath like them, they will try to fix the dark empath. It's so true. It's so funny because the empath will feel like, oh, I think you have been hurt. Like, I think you
You
have
need
been hurt.
help.
You need help. Come, let me help you. And then the dark empath is like, yes, yes, I need help. Come help me. Ha. Oh, it is just a never ending cycle, It
Yes.
is really just a never ending cycle. Then they will play victim, right? They'll be
Yes,
like,
correct.
oh,
That's where
you
it
don't
begins.
know the trauma I've suffered, the things that I've went through. But at the back, it's like,
Yeah, and then the empath will continue to help them and then to
console and to,
yes,
uh,
and to guide them
I
through, and then to really let let them the funny thing
make
is the
use of
empath,
them a more.
yeah, the empath will actually think that by letting the dark empath entrust them, you're actually letting them entrust. Yes, the entrust is the other way around. Thinking that you're coming from a uh optimistic and positive outlook, thinking that yeah, I'm gonna help out this dark empath. This dark empath is just heading nowhere, it's a black hole. So let me help you. So you see like your empath is just extending the hand out, right? To help. And then the dark empath is like, oh, from the basement and then pulling, right? The next thing you know, they drag you down into
Yeah.
the dark black hole that you will never ever be able to see light again. But of course,
Yeah.
as what Kelyn was sharing, it's not the end of the world. We are here to help. And of course, there are other sources that can help you as well. So if
Yeah.
you are a victim of a dark empath, I would say that if you manage to cut it short, halfway, three-quarter way, even 99%, it's okay. Don't give up. If you feel something is amiss, don't doubt yourself. I would say don't doubt yourself.
Yeah.
Instead, make yourself doubt them. Don't doubt yourself, doubt the person. Because
Yeah.
if you I guess the easiest way to realize something and to make yourself realize something is when you start to ask questions like, okay, why is this dark empath so concerned about me? And if your answers are excuses, then you know that it's not the answer. Why is this dark empath so interested in my life when he or she actually has something else? Or maybe he or she is just too kind. That is an excuse.
Yeah.
He or she is just
Yeah.
being nice. He or she is
Yeah.
just
Okay.
it's just an excuse. So
So many.
if you realize as you as the empath person, if you can give yourself this list of questions and if you can answer themselves, then yeah, you can see where you are standing at and see how close you are as a target
Yeah.
towards the dark empath. Yes.
I think the awareness is very important. So if you
Mm,
realize that after you know this particular dark empath, of course you don't know whether they are or not. And then you start to see that like friends are, falling away from you.
mm,
Like you start to believe what they say almost 100% without questioning.
mm,
Right? You start to see that like sometimes the way they treat you don't match up to
yes.
their feelings. Because empaths, we can feel feelings. We can feel if this person is genuine or not, right?
Mm,
But it's just whether have you been pushing that feeling down, like what Noel said, have you been
or
giving
have
yourself
you?
excuse? Like,
Yes.
oh,
He
he
or
just
she is just being very friendly. So it's
yeah, just be
okay.
very it's fine,
Mm,
it's fine. Or
mm,
he or she went through such a hard life. Of course they act this way.
mm.
But no,
That
right?
is that is an excuse. That is not a
There's an
reason.
excuse, yes.
Yes.
There's no reason for them to treat you ingenuinely. So
Mm,
sometimes the simple things to spot is to be so neutral yourself that, be so neutral, like just remove the rosy tinted glasses that they have put on you. Right?
mm,
Be so neutral and look at it like if I'm meeting this person for the first time and he said something like, "Oh, you look so, beautiful today," or you look so radiant today," or just now, when we went out, I'm just very touched by your kindness. Those genuine compliments because
mm.
Dark Empath can't seem to give genuine compliments. They can't
Yes.
seem to tell the truth. And it just feels off. There's that tingling off kind of sensation that you will feel.
Mm, mm,
Like in my example, the dark empath is constantly trying to feel how I'm feeling.
mm,
So he was trying to be like, oh just in case you feel that way. Like they are trying to put their feelings on me.
mm,
Just in case you feel that way, I don't mean
mm,
it that way.
mm,
But to me, it just sounds off. It just sounds very off because you you know how I feel,
mm,
but you are saying you don't mean it that way. Then
mm.
why did you say it?
Yes. It's very contradicting.
It's very contradicting. So
Yes.
when you hear that sort of contradicting sentence come up and up again, put a counter in your head.
Mm,
Today, within that 2 hours, I met this person. How many times this person contradict himself or
mm,
have a feeling of contradiction or that
mm.
inking feeling that he's not really genuine or he's not
Yes.
really very truthful
Yes.
in his or her words or sentence or whatever. Like the moment
Mm,
you have that feeling, mark one. The
mm,
next time he lie, she lie, mark two.
mm,
That kind of thing. So just keep a counter in your head and within 2 hours you should not be even like to if
mm.
it's a genuine relationship. Yeah.
Yes.
And the third thing that you can do is to confront them. And
Yes.
the empath don't like that you
To be
confront them.
confronted. Yes.
Yeah. Or you challenge them. Like they will react very like
Violently.
very violently or
Yes.
very, very like defensively.
Mm.
They will start to use things to threaten you.
Yes.
Right? So they will use whatever that they know about you.
They will
your
try to
emo
provoke you.
yeah, they'll provoke you back. And then they will question your trust in them. Like,
Yes.
you mean for so long, like they will use the relationship as the betting, what's that called? The token, right?
Yes, correct.
Like, you mean
The
you know me for
emotionally
so long?
blackmail.
Yeah. And you don't trust me. Then why didn't you say so in the beginning? I shouldn't have trust you. They will use this way to flip back the confrontation towards you.
Yes,
So
correct. So
that
that
is
you
a
will
very
feel
bad
bad
signal.
and
That's a
you will feel
very
guilty. Yes.
Yeah, it's a very red flag.
Literally.
Yes, that's a very
Physically.
red flag. Be it a friend, be it a family member, I don't care, right?
Yes, correct.
Run, get away from
Yes.
this person as far as possible. Cut contacts. Don't help them. Because we as empath, unless we are trained in, I don't know, counseling, psychotherapy, or even I I myself as a life coach, I will never advocate or say that we are able to switch a dark empath back, right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, because
It all boils down to self-awareness and your
yeah,
self-improvement. Yes,
yeah,
correct.
and if a dark empath even really have the thought of changing, they should go and seek, professions who
Mm,
specialize in treating them. Like, it's
mm,
not an
mm,
illness, it's just a behavioral and it's a very innate kind of unconscious habit,
mm,
right?
yes,
That they
correct.
tend to lean on and clutch,
Yes.
right? So the dark side of a dark empath actually is quite sad,
Mm,
right? So as compared to empaths or true empath like empath you call it, a dark empath actually feels very lonely. And
yes.
usually
That's
they
why they
are,
constantly need to use you as
yeah,
a companionship, but their form
yes,
of companionship is manipulation, unfortunately.
yeah,
That's their definition of companionship. There is no true companionship. There is only upon a general, a warrior for me to use to step into my kingdom. Yes.
yeah. So they're very disconnected from a
Mm,
lot
mm,
of
mm, mm.
people in their
Correct.
life.
Correct.
And they somehow have a more narrow vision about relationships, which is either I have a use for you or I don't have a use for you. And
Mm,
everybody thinks this way. Like, everybody
yes.
is either they find me valuable or they don't find me valuable, and therefore I'm not part of their life. So to
Uh,
them, to meet empaths who genuinely like just treat you as a friend, to them is there's no such thing. It's too good to be true. Like,
mm,
yeah, so they will constantly question, what do you want from me, if they have
mm,
nothing that they want from you,
mm.
right? They constantly like,
It's
what do
very
you want to,
transactional.
yeah,
Mm,
very transactional. What do you want benefit from me?
mm,
Are you trying to get into my good book so that you can achieve certain things, or achieve certain position under my belt or something like that?
mm,
So for them, it's kind of like it's a very isolated and secluded world that they live
mm,
in. Yeah, as compared to empaths, we are like open arms to everybody, and we are
mm,
constantly trying to connect with others
mm.
to get them to a better place. So that's why I say, if you meet a dark empath and you do not know how to deal with them, run. Just protect yourself first.
Yes. Yes.
Think about how to solve or help them later, really later,
Mm.
because currently you are their pawn. You can never
Yes.
help. You can never help a master. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
Right? You need to
You are
be
their
the master.
soldier. Yeah.
Yeah, you're their soldier. Like, you cannot win them. You're not the king, right?
Yeah,
So
correct.
you need to
And
you need to
only they
find.
themselves are the king and the queen.
Yeah,
Because
they have to.
they constantly feel superior to others, and they just don't see others as their match, because they are
Mm,
the best, they are the perfect one. There's no one
yeah,
else as flawless as them. Yeah, so that's why
yeah,
in all I think if they were to know that you're trying to change them, they're laughing inside their head actually. Like, huh, who are you to change me? Don't you know who am I?
Yeah. So yeah, they
Mm.
tend to have that condescending kind of like eyes perspective towards
Mm,
all others around
mm,
them. And
correct.
until like, whenever I always say this, how change happens is
Mm-hmm.
either through inspiration
Mm.
or desperation. So until
So
either one
true,
of these
so true,
happen,
so
yeah,
true.
they will never know. They will never
Yeah,
want to change. Or to them,
correct.
it's just working fine. I'm living my life fine. Why do
Mm-mm-mm.
I need to change, right?
Correct,
So
correct.
they might live their whole life like that. See Noel's hopelessness,
Yeah, because when
helplessness.
I when I'm going through this entire episode, be it the researching time all the way to the pre-recording discussion that we have, and even to now that we are recording it live, I just feel sad for these people actually, this group of people that they need to use others as their soldier in order to get what they want instead of finding it in themselves. And actually, honestly, what do you want to gain? Why do you need to gain something? Yeah. Can't you just achieve it by yourself? Yeah. So I guess that's how I feel as an empath. But um fortunately, I would say unfortunately, I probably over the years, of course, meeting so many people, right? I probably have a way of discerning.
Mm,
So I didn't fall that deep in. Yeah, it was just very on the surface kind of thing. So,
yeah,
but
I
for
know.
those who are victims of it, I we do the both of us do feel you. So that is why we decided to talk about this topic that is very important.
Yeah.
Yes. And because we see more and more people falling victims to dark empaths.
Mm.
So 加油. Okay.
Run.
Don't be disheartened. Yes.
Just run.
加油 to run.
Tell you to run and don't be disheartened if it's a very
Yes.
close friend,
Mm,
relative, anyone. I
mm,
really feel you. I know that, you feel very sad to lose them or
mm,
to not be able to change their
mm,
views, their habits and
mm,
stuff.
mm,
Uh, but yeah, like I say, it's not the end of the world until
mm,
they find out they can actually do something to change and to
mm,
help themselves. But until the day they want to help themselves, you cannot do anything to change
mm.
them.
Yes.
And anyone basically, like be it a dark empath or
Or
not,
empath. No.
or
Yeah.
empath or
Mm,
like anyone, right?
mm, mm.
In this whole planet until they decide they want to change. You can never do anything to force them to change.
Correct. It's always
Right?
your own will.
It
Your
stems
that
from
is why it's called self-growth.
yeah, it's never I help you
Self-improvement.
grow.
Yeah.
If not, we can just post an episode online and everybody is
Oh,
helped.
yes. Yes, yes,
Right?
yes.
How much I
Totally.
wish we have the power. Then we can change everybody.
We are the world. We are the
Yeah, the children.
children.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
really hope that this serves as a very good way for awareness.
Mm,
To me, it's more of like a warning.
mm.
So you
Okay.
empath out there, please be
Yes.
careful. And I'm
Yes.
feeling so heartbroken.
Mm,
By those who have fall victim, and yeah,
mm,
it's not the end of the world.
mm.
So
They are
yeah,
still good in this world, and
there's still
and
good people. Yeah,
yes,
yeah. Do
there
not
is.
lose hope
Yeah.
in humanity just because
Mm,
of dark empath.
yes.
Yeah, they do not represent the whole population. Like I say, they are
Mm,
uncommon, but they are not
mm.
very rare because I don't know why society seems to be breeding quite a number of them nowadays.
I know, right?
Or I think it's
Okay.
just a progression of how the society works.
Yeah,
Who
maybe it could
knows?
be.
I will never
Yes.
know. I think only the
Yeah.
universe will know. But until
Yeah.
then, I really hope that you guys have a wonderful week ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And next week will
And
be our anniversary.
woohoo!
Bye.
Are you excited? Are you excited?
Yes, we have a very special episode planned. And
Yes.
it's gonna be even more exciting than this Dark Empath thing.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Okay.
we really hope that you guys learn something from today. And if you have anything you want to share with us, or you have encountered an empath, you want to tell us the details, do DM us at Soul Light Podcast, no
Yes.
hyphen altogether,
Yes.
on our IG, and also follow us on YouTube. If you are watching from YouTube, please subscribe. That's the best way you can support our channel.
Yes.
And
You
also
can
on
follow us on
Spotify.
Spotify. Yes.
Yes. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, you can leave us up to a 5-star review.
Yay.
Yeah.
5-star. 5-star.
5-star.
5-star.
5-star.
5-star. Like
5-star.
National Day. 5-star.
5-star.
National Day.
5-star.
Singapore flag. 5-star.
Yeah, because we have 5-star on our flag. You know what we're hinting.
So, okay. I think it's a good time for us to end this episode. This episode number
35. That's why 5 stars.
Oh, yes. Yes, that's true.
But it's okay. You can put 3 to 5 stars.
I know what you did there. Okay.
So as usual, stay soulful
and light.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.